Okay. Because we have a few girls who couldn't hop on tonight, but Molly and I are so pumped, you guys, for tonight to kind of bring this to our little training that we've had the past couple of weeks for you guys for Summer Side Hustle. And what's been really fun for Malls and I, we've like been messaging each other behind the scenes of like, did you see this one's post? Did you see that one's post? Like, you guys have been rocking it as brand new coaches and just like kind of showing up and doing this. And so Kayla and Lucy are going to share tonight just some kind of nuggets and share their journey of coaching so far, because they are newer coaches and they've seen a lot of success right off the bat doing the things that we've been teaching you in Summer Side Hustle. So that's what's really cool, is that they're just sometimes it's really nice, I think, to learn from someone who's just a tiny bit farther ahead of you, because it doesn't feel so far reaching when you're like, well, that was so long ago for you, right? Like Kayla and Lucy have both kind of, been following through this. So, let's see. Do you guys want me? Do you want me to introduce Kayla, Malls, and you can introduce Lucy? Okay, cool. So you guys, Kayla is an awesome coach. As you heard before, she is a teacher, and you guys, Kayla's full of sass and heart, and she has lost, what is it now? 38 pounds?
37.
Okay, 37. I'm going to let her share a little bit about that. But she has been absolutely rocking the fitness consistency piece of this. Like, you guys, if you go to Kayla's page, like, she's on a journey. She's actually quite close to Diamond. She's working her way there. And she's been hitting Success Club and helping other people get their own results. And she's just super fun. And I know that she'll light your fire. And we got Lucy.
Awesome. Yes, and we have Miss Lucy out from Oregon. What's it called again? Port Angel?
Mount Angel.
Oh, sorry. Mount Angel. And you guys, Lucy actually had a short stint at coaching before. And so she'll probably talk more about that. But when she came in at this time, she came in it with a much different mindset. And I immediately saw her kind of just like take her wall down, and she was like, I'm doing this, like I'm going to put judgment aside and I'm just going to do my thing, and I'm going to stop getting in my head about invites and all of that. And she is on her second month of Success Club, and she hit Emerald like in so fast, which she'll talk about. But she wasn't someone who had a lot of weight to lose. Like, her physical transformation is awesome. But I think more so it's just she took her wall down, and she's kind of had like a mental transformation, which a lot of us can relate to that. So if you feel fearful, like Lucy will be your girl, and I think she'll have some good nuggets on that. So
awesome. Okay.
She's got little Marion over there who she's feeding to at the moment. She's a new mama like me.
Oh my God, Lucy rocking it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, we're going to let you girls kind of take it over, and everyone else on here is so excited. I'm excited. I have my notebook too. So take it away, girls. I don't know who wants to start.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to, Lucy?
You can go.
Okay. All right, I'll go first. So, hello, friends. So I joined coaching in the middle of February, I think. And from the time I made my coming out post to going Emerald, I think it was 9 or 10 days. So not as fast, I think, as Lucy did it, but still pretty fast. So I'm just going to share some nuggets on how I did that, and I don't know, other things. So the first thing that I recommend is messaging literally everyone. So anyone who likes or comments anything that you have, or you see is watching your Instagram stories about your journey every day, just like send them a quick message, tell them thank you. And then what I always did, like if it was a friend or someone I felt like I would talk to if I saw out in public, then I would go ahead and invite them. Now, if it was someone who I saw in public and I would run away from because I'd be like, they might not remember me from middle school kind of thing, then I would try to like reconnect with them and look at their page and be like, oh, they just got married, or, they are teaching like me or whatever. And so I'd send them, thanks for liking my post. How was your wedding? Or thanks for liking my post. It's good to talked to you. It's been a long time. How is your job going, or how's your life, whatever. And then after they responded once or twice, then I would go ahead and invite them to a challenge group. I think inviting is still, like, guys, for me, it's the hardest part. Like, you just have to sit down and you have to make yourself do it. And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to invite that person. I don't know if they'll like it, but it doesn't matter. Just invite them. What do you, like, you shouldn't care about what they think. So just do it. Get outside your comfort zone and send those messages to anyone and everyone. I usually set a goal for the day, or I set a timer and I say I'm just going to do invites for this much time, or I'm going to do it till I've done 20 today. And I would say right now, as you're starting inviting, go ahead and start tracking why people are telling you no, they don't want to join. Because now I'm going back in June and I'm reconnecting with people that I invited in February or March, and I'm saying, you told me no because you were doing keto. How's that going for you? Or you told me no because you were in the middle of finding a job. Have you found a job? How's your job going? And going back and reconnecting with people and remembering why they told you no is really helpful, I think, in building that relationship. So definitely go ahead and start tracking. The next thing I would do is sign up your husband, your significant other, a family member. That's a super easy way to get somebody that's a coach. I signed up my husband right away, and since he uses the products, we were ordering double of everything anyway. But if you're not, I mean, you can put Energize and Beach Bars on their account or whatever. Just put something on there so that they have that personal volume and they're active. And it's good down the line to have them higher up on your weak side. Ask your coach about more details on that. Kate still helps me. Which leg? I don't know. Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to share nuggets on was just staying consistent with all the things. So staying consistent with inviting people, staying consistent with your own fitness, staying consistent with your personal development, staying consistent with logging, your Shakeology, and in your challenge groups, just all that consistency, which I guess I'll start at my health journey. So I started my health journey like the end of December, and I was losing 2 to 3 pounds a week until like the end of March. And it's because I was super consistent, but I also made a drastic change like in my life. And so it was really fast and really easy. But since March, my weight has not been falling off at 2 to 3 pounds a week. And so it's felt harder to keep going because it's not like I'm seeing that results on the scale right away. But I've kept going, and finally last week I lost another pound, holla. But it's the same with your inviting. So like when people tell you no, like you're going to get lots and lots and lots of no's. And you just have to let I always said like it's not going to bother me, but it will bother you a little bit. But you have to try to just like not let it bother you so that it affects what you're doing, so that you keep staying consistent and you keep inviting and you're not letting it, bring you down, because who actually cares about Sally Sue from middle school doesn't want to join you in your challenge group? It doesn't really matter, and chances are 6 months from now, they will want to join you. Because I have people who told me no, who already are messaging me saying, okay, what exactly were you doing again? Because now that they've seen me consistently posting on social media and I've stayed consistent with my journey and I'm still seeing results, they're like, okay, I trust you now. This might sound like something that I want to do. So really stay consistent, and stay consistent in your posting. So post on social media once a day. Post on your IG stories a few times a day, share little snippets, give them little snippets of value, like a recipe or a tip or whatever, because that helps build that trust. And then they're going to come back to you and they're going to say, okay, I see that you're actually doing it, you know? So I guess that was my last big thing, was just be authentically you and share yourself on social media. So do it.
Whew, can you tell Kayla is a teacher?
So good.
So good. I'm just really quick. Does anybody have a question for Kayla? Like specifically for Kayla? Besides why you're so cool?
I would like to know, Kayla, so you said, like, you know, you build a relationship, you connect with them, you know, for a couple messages, and then if it feels right, you invite them. Or I think that's kind of how you explained it. Can you tell us what you say for the invite? Or I have new coaches all the time who say, well, how do I turn the conversation or something like that? And it's like, I know what I would say, but I want to hear what you would say.
You just invite them. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on the situation, but I mean, you just do it. Mm-hmm. You just say, hey, I'm doing this thing. I think you would enjoy it because of X, Y, and Z. Why don't you just join me?
Yeah.
I love it. And it's true, because it is kind of one of those things where, like, I loved what I really liked what you said is like, and even that was a good reminder for me, is like, I just love tracking those reasons why people say no, just like, you know, in the notebook of like, because it does make your follow-ups easier. And I just think that is such a classy way to, like, even if you don't go back and invite those people right away, like you said, someone's getting a new job, you could just go connect with them. Hey, how's that new job going? Like, are you loving it? You know, and then reconnect with them that way. So I love it. Anyone else questions for Kayla specifically? We're proud of you for, I know that pound really was getting you. I'm so proud of you for that. Luce, you ready to rock and roll, little mama?
Yes. Sorry, we have arms.
Also, I'm just like low-key very obsessed with everyone on this call.
So I started coaching in May 15th, actually, because I was counting down the days until I could again. But yeah, so that was kind of an interesting thing, because I had coached before, and it just didn't go. And it was probably partially me, because mental is a big thing for me, because obviously I don't have a lot of, it's not really weight to lose necessarily. It was more mental and feeling good and toning up and things like that. And so I've been doing it for a while, but I was so embarrassed for the longest time to like tell anybody that I was doing it. And it's not that it was bad. It was just that I'm kind of awkward and shy, and that's just kind of nerdy. It's great. But it was, I actually still, even when I couldn't coach, I still could not, I still shared on social media. I didn't post too much about like opportunities to do something just because I couldn't have them join anything at that time. But I was posting about workouts, and I was posting about this and Shakeology and what I was doing with that, and how I got in pretty good shape following having Marion after my 6-week check. Like just pretty much from that point on, it was consistent with food and how I was keeping her going and me going and all of us alive, because we were sleep deprived, and that's just real life. Because babies are a lot of work. They're cute, but they're a lot of work. Sorry, she wasn't part of the plan, but she's here, so. But anyway, so we were just working a lot on consistency and mental, and that was a big thing for me, was PD and staying consistent with workouts. And my sister-in-law, and I had a friend and a sister-in-law who both were like, hey, what are you doing? My sister-in-law done Beachbody before, and she's like, she'd mentioned it so many times, like, I need to get on Shakeology again. Like, I really like that. And I was like, oh, well, this is a good opportunity. Like the day after I signed up, I was like, you should get the discount. And if you're going to get it every month, like, it's so easy, because once people hear discount and that they're saving money, then it's pretty much a no-brainer for them, especially if they're going to do it every month and they like the other things that you have to offer as well. And same with the other girl. It's a friend from high school, and she actually messaged me. She reached out to me like a couple weeks before I could coach again. So she waited for me, which was special, kind of. But she was like, yeah, I just really like, are you still doing those workouts? Like, I really need to tone up and I need to do this. And I was like, yeah, in a couple weeks, like I'll be able to coach. It'll be great. And so I signed her up as coach as well. And I was so nervous because they so kindly give you all the scripts of what to say. And I tweak them to like kind of fit what I think I would say. It's just a great outline. But she didn't question anything. It's like, if you believe in what you're doing, other people will believe in what you're doing. Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, then you sound like a person that does not believe in what they're doing. And that's what I did for so long. It's like, I didn't think that I was cool enough to do this or that other people would want to do it too. And it's like, so many people are like, thanks for reaching out. Like, I've been wanting to do one of your groups for so long. And that just keeps reminding me, because inviting is, like Kayla said, it is the hardest thing for me. I do not like being annoying. I do not like people thinking that I'm just trying to sell them something, because so I clean teeth for a living. That's what I do. I'm a registered dental hygienist, and I don't tell you to floss every day, because I know you're going to. I'm pretty realistic. There's just certain things. It's like, I can only give you the resources. I can only tell you why it's important. I can't make you do. I'm not your mom, and I'm not going to be your mom. I already have a kid. I don't need to be a mom to you too. So it's really important to yes, it hurts when you get no's, but to remember that you're not their parent and you can't make them do it. So in reality, going Emerald was pretty easy, and it is pretty easy, but just don't overthink it. Same with inviting. Don't overthink it. Just send the invite. There's a girl that I want to invite really bad, that I've been like working up this steam to invite, and I just need to do it. Because if you don't do it, you wish you would have. And that's the other thing is, like they kind of mentioned, a lot of it was mental for me. I'm not, I can work out every day, and that's really easy. But personal development after having her was the biggest, like maternity leave was a huge blessing for me. But after having her, it's like I finally realized that other people's opinions don't pay your bills, and what you're doing truly doesn't affect other people. They really don't care. And they do, and they do in the way that they care about you. But the fact that you're doing Beachbody, my husband has his own qualms about it. He's coming around though, which is great. But especially once they start seeing money, and it's amazing what they put up with from you. But people really, they're supportive, and they're like, that's so great. And I get people all the time who message me and say, I just love, you're so inspiring, I love seeing your post. Like, so that's why I post every day, because people love, and she's easy to post about, so they love seeing her. They're like, I just love seeing how you do X, Y, and Z. I love seeing how you wake up every day and you're doing this, and how can you do it? And it's like, well, I can help you. I can help you do that. So Emerald is a very simple, I made it hard before. When I quit making it hard, everything just kind of fell together. I have been fairly fortunate that I was pretty consistent with posting, that I've had a lot of people come to me and ask about it and want to do it. So that's a big thing, is consistency, because when people like blip off the internet, like if Molly hasn't posted in a couple days or a day or two, I'm like, where'd she go? What is she doing? Like, people become attached to you. I've had people tell me that. I know you. I feel like I know you so well because your Instagram stories every day, and you post, and it's like, it's weird when you're not there because I don't know what you're doing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd, but all right, that's fine. Like, this is good. That's what we're supposed to do. So really just, like she said, being yourself. I mean, people love to see what you're doing and how it works for them, and they don't want a Beachbody robot. They don't want somebody that is perfect at working out and perfect at nutrition. They want to know that you screw up just like them. Like, I ate chips today and wasn't supposed to, but it's 5 instead of the 10 that I could have eaten. So I mean, that's what I used to get caught up on all the time, was that I needed to be perfect, and if I didn't follow a container to a T, well then how can I even coach anybody else? And it really has nothing to do, I mean, yes, don't eat donuts and try to play that one off. That's not a good idea. But I mean, they just want to, you're a person. Just be a person, they're a person, and we're all just trying to do the best we can. So, especially when you have children. Children are something else. Children are supposed to be in bed, but That's all right.
I think you're rocking it, Luce.
Oh, Luce.
I'm like fired up. I'm like, I want to go Emerald tonight.
Sweating.
I was just going to say I'm sweating. Okay, who has questions for Lucy? Oh, Lucy, and like, here's what I love about this too is like 2 completely different personalities, people, who went Emerald, how she went Emerald. Like, I just love it because it's still like, that's the thing that's so cool about this, you guys, for coaching, is that you get to be yourself. Like, I think that's the cool, me and Molly say that all the time. Like, if, as you stick with coaching, you will just truly grow into who it is that you were meant to be. So I freaking love it. But, does anybody have specific questions for Lucy about, so Lucy, it literally took you a day to go Emerald?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Because that's how easy it can be.
Like maybe a day and a half.
Yep.
But yeah.
Does anybody have
So,
questions for Lucy on that?
pretty excited to be qualified for Success Club twice. And
Yeah. Oh my God, that's huge.
hopefully going to Summit next
So
year.
like, how did it feel? Can I ask you guys that? Like for Kayla and Lucy, like, how did it feel when you went Emerald and you realized how doable it was? And how does it feel as you guys have continued with helping people each month? And so like that double win of like, oh, I have Success Club and I've helped someone. Like, how to just give a little, just how does it feel for, a new perspective here?
I think it's, for me at least, I found so much personal growth and love for myself and doing it for myself that I would be so pissed if someone didn't tell me about it because they were too afraid to say something. Like, I would be so mad if someone was like, oh, well, she just doesn't want to. Like, I just assumed she didn't want to, so they didn't invite me. So it's like, you don't get to experience that. So it's just been a really cool experience to see myself achieve it, because then I feel more confident in what I'm doing, which helps you with other people to help them feel more confident, because that's the whole point. But it's you first, and then you have to put you first and do you first, and then the other people will just naturally follow.
I love that. I'm gonna stitch that on a pillow. How about you, Kayla?
I agree with Lucy. It's the confidence. I mean, it really, you just feel like you can do it. You can do anything. You hit Emerald and then you're like, okay, Diamond, here we go.
Can't stop now.
Yeah, exactly. No turning back.
I love it. Okay, so I'm going to share a Google Doc, and I can put it in the summer side hustle too, but this is some of the stuff that the girls covered, and some scripts and stuff that you guys can use as well. I think a lot of you have seen this before, but it covers about, going Emerald, as well as, I love how Lucy said, like, take the framework of these scripts, because as you can see, even just between Kayla and Lucy, I'm sure that the way that Kayla invites people sounds really different from the way probably Lucy does. Sort of how Molly and I always joke about. She's like, that's what you say to people? I'm like, that's what you say to people? Like, the framework's the same, but your delivery has to be you, right? So I want everybody in the chat to write down, to type in, or take a second, the 2 people that you're for sure know, like, you're going to go sign up in the next 24 hours and be like, first of all, who wants to go Emerald, like, by tomorrow night? I actually really need to go Emerald again.
Cool.
Jess is in. Whit, are you in? Positive peer pressure. Okay, what are the names of your 2 peeps? Type them in the chat. I got to look at my planner because I have their names written down.
And I will say that the cool thing about Emerald, I don't know how helpful this is, but you do get, I've gotten like 5 new customers in the last like 4 days from the lead program, and I actually had 1 join a challenge group. So you do get customers from that, and it's from going Emerald, and that's kind of a cool, that's 5 extra people that I didn't have to do anything for besides go Emerald, I guess. Well, maybe that's doing something, but.
Awesome challengers who I think is going to sign up to be a coach soon came from a lead.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know her at all. And now we've become friends, and we have Zoom calls and talk to each other, and she's going to be a coach soon.
She's going to be your first business coach, huh? I love it so much. And just remember too, you guys, that benefit of being Emerald is, like Lucy said, you're eligible for the free lead. So you'll get the customers who sign up through Beachbody, and they'll get assigned a coach. It could be you, which is super amazing, as well as then you're eligible for those team cycle bonuses, which again, how many of your guys' goal is to cover Costa Shaco? That was my first goal. So that's really nice because that compound effect will come right in. And
So
Lucy, I was going to ask, what's the PD that really helped you kind of switch? And then I want to honor people's time.
Well, Melanie Mitro, what's her?
Melanie Mitro?
Mitro, man, she's just, I love women inspiring women. Love it.
The podcast.
The podcast. Miracle Morning, we're doing that in our challenge group right now. I really, really loved that book. And then the 5-second rule is really good as well. I want to get some more that Melanie recommended, one that I'd like to read. I don't even remember the names, but I'm better with podcasts just for time because they're way easier to listen to, and for me at least right now. But yeah, and the wake up call.
Yeah,
one today was super good. 2-star diamond in Oregon, and I was like, really, it can happen here too? Not just in Minnesota. So, anyways,
I love you guys. Does anybody have questions?
I just have one comment because I see some people on here who have been coach for a long time. Like I see Kendra and Whitney and Jenna and maybe others too. But I want to share that I think I was like a coach, kind of a discount coach for a few months before I started doing it, like actually doing it, and if you're actually doing it or not. And I was not. And I think those first 3 months when I just kind of lingered and like got on calls like this, looked in the team page, thought about it, I actually think that was a lot harder than doing it. Because I was like constantly just thinking about it and almost like ashamed of it and just like not owning it. But the moment, kind of like Lucy and Kayla talked about, I think the moment you own it and you're just like, screw it, whatever, I'm doing this. It's like, it gets a lot easier. So I just want to tell that to those of you who have been around and like, you're here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't believe that it's just random that you showed up on this call.
For 1,000,000%.
I don't know. I just want you to think about that. Like sometimes it's harder not to do it than it is to do it.
I quit so many times and it's so much easier just to go.
Right. It's kind of like our work. It's like what we tell our challengers, it's like stay like this instead of like one night you're excited, and it is going to feel like this, right? That's part of it.
I was going to say that it's really easy the down is really easy to get down, but the up is so worth it when you get up.
Yeah. That's the key. That's the key.
On, off or on.
And that whole idea too, like the up and like the top of the mountain, it would not feel as good if you didn't have that moment, or like, like Molly, like she paused and now look, 4 years later, look where Molly is. Like it's just so cool, and it's so possible for everybody.
Because at the end of the day, what do we really have to lose? Like
nothing.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, nothing. She couldn't even finish the sentence. I was like, yes.
like making some social media posts and like putting yourself out there. That doesn't.
And it's so fun. It doesn't feel like work though.
Right.
It just feels. It's just fun.
But it feels like work if you like overthink it and you're like, it's like, and then trust me, you guys, trust me, you want to start because 4 years later, you will have some good giggles over some of the things you did. Because Molly and I every day are like, remember when we did that? And it's like, you have to do it all. You have to, in 4 more years, we'll probably still be doing the same thing. So it's a journey. And I'm just, like Molly said, it's just the fact that you're on this call alone is very telling of the type of person that you are and what you want from this. You would not be on here if you didn't want something out of it. So let's get after it. I am going to be probably shouting out all of you in our team page this week for going Emerald, and let's get after it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to take a little screenshot.
Perfect.
Thanks for the invite.
Of course. Oh, snaps for Kayla and Lucy, bringing down I'm like, hate calls at night like this because then I want to like go rule the world. Okay, ready? Smile. Be beautiful or do whatever it is that you want. Oh, Jenna's got the fan. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I cheers my LaCroix.
She's like, I'm ready. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop recording.